In 2026, sales teams are going to look very different to how they look today. Everyone is going to be using this new way of selling with AI inside of their business. Now, earlier this year, we replaced our sales team with AI, and here's what happened. Our revenue massively shot up. Our margins increased by 20%. Our calendar is filled every single week with people that have been pre-sold on our value, and 80% of our sales process now runs automatically. And we've installed these same systems for 50 plus businesses and some of the biggest names in the space. And the results, they're almost identical every single time. Higher show up rates, better lead quality, higher close rates, way more profit inside of their business. And today, what I'm going to show you is the 4 simple AI systems that replaced our sales team, why they work so well, and the simple steps that you can take to install them in your business right now. So look, let's take a look at system 1. The first system we built, generating leads online, actually isn't that hard. It's actually turning those leads into buyers what's difficult. Now, we have a large number of leads coming in every single day for our business. And before, every time we got a new lead, we had a team member call them, text them, email them, update the CRM, take notes, and continue chasing them. And as you can imagine, this fell apart very fast. These sales guys only worked certain hours. Pickup rates were low. Leads were being mismanaged. And on top of that, these guys wanted 5% commission on every single deal that they touched that ended up converting and coming over the line. And if we wanted to scale that, the only thing that we could do was hire more team members. Now, here's the massive problem with that. Humans will never ever beat the 1 minute speed to lead window. And that window is absolutely everything. Now, studies show that responding within 1 minute boosts conversion rates by 391%. 35 to 50% of all sales go to the first company who responds. And buyers now expect a reply within 10 minutes from the businesses that they're inquiring with. Now, the old way meant you would need a massive team to do that. So that is why we ditched the old way and we built an AI to fix this problem. Now, let me show you exactly how AI solves that problem. Instead of increasing the amount of leads, we created an AI that reaches out to every single new prospect within 10 seconds through WhatsApp or through SMS. And its only job is to get a response. Now, that first message essentially activates the lead, and that then puts you ahead of everyone else, and you're playing to that study. Now, by doing this, here's the results that we got just by fixing this. We got a 50% response rate on all new leads, speed to lead in under 10 seconds, 24/7, a 391% increase in conversion potential, 0% commissions, and this scales infinitely. We didn't need more leads. We needed to stop losing the ones that we already had. So having this lead engagement bot is crucial. Now, let me show you the second AI system and how it works. Managing our sales team became a full-time job. And I'm gonna be very honest with you, I'm not the best at sales coaching. I don't enjoy reviewing my own calls, let alone someone else's calls. I don't enjoy figuring out why someone bought or why they didn't. So what we did was we hired a sales manager to take on this role. And their job was to review calls, coach the reps, improve the pitch that we had, stop the overpromising from the reps, which is another story, and make sure that nothing slipped through the cracks. And this worked for a short time, but then the calls stopped being reviewed, reps started to form bad habits, promises were being made that shouldn't have been, and as volume grew, everything started to collapse. And on top of that, we were paying another 5% commission to this sales manager, plus a base rate, just for someone to manage all of this for us. Now, the real issue wasn't actually the reps. It was actually the systems that we had. So what we actually did was replace this entire coaching layer with AI. So look, what does AI do for us now? Well, every call now gets recorded using Fathom AI. And then AI breaks down every single call automatically. So key objections, the real reasons they didn't buy, confusing parts in our pitch, buying signals, patterns across all these different calls. And then that creates something that no human sales manager can actually deliver. A completely consistent, unbiased breakdown of every single call instantly after every call. Instantly. Now, let me show you what happened since using this system. We now use this data from all of these call reviews to fix our pitch, fix our marketing, fix our messaging, remove friction from calls, and make closing even easier. And this system now sits behind every single sales call, tracking everything, improving everything, and running everything 24/7 without any commissions. Sales managers are now getting replaced by AI, and this is one of the fastest systems that you can have live and working and seeing results with inside of your business. Now, let me show you the third system that we've been using. Most businesses make one fatal mistake. They rely entirely on new leads and completely forget about the old leads that they've already generated. And the truth is, most people are sat on huge lead lists with no idea on how to actually re-engage them. Now, before AI, we tried to nurture every single lead manually. We'd send them YouTube videos, we'd send them personalized emails and long written emails, and we'd also check in regularly with prospects. And this worked, but it was impossible to scale and it took forever. So we ended up rebuilding our entire lead nurture engine with AI. So let me show you what this system now looks like. Now we have a lead list of about 17,000 people and they get 5 emails every single week. Now in these emails, we share stories, client wins, lessons, insights, links to any new content that I've created. And these nurture emails alone are generating us 10 to 15 qualified, very highly qualified sales calls every single week. And we get a 40% open rate on all of our emails that we send. We also get responses like, this helped me so much. This was so valuable. I needed to read this today. And the crazy part is this system takes me 4 hours a month to run. And that is because AI is now doing 80% of the work. Now, the way that I do this is every Monday, I spend 1 hour with a custom Claude project trained on my writing style, my tone of voice, my best performing emails, and all of the sales objections that we're getting from the data from all of our calls. And what I do is I send Claude a few voice notes with the different lessons, client wins, objections, and stories. And then Claude turns those voice notes into 5 structured high performing emails. Now I do a quick skim read, I tweak 20% and make any changes that I need to, and then it's ready to go. And because we constantly feed our best performing emails back into the system, it gets smarter and smarter every single week. And it keeps us in front of our entire lead list at all times. 355,000 emails sent, average of 44% open rate, and 17,000 subscribers. So by doing this, we're actually turning our old leads into our new buyers every single month. So an AI lead nurture system is what everyone should be using. Now let's look at the final system that we're using. The reality is the real work begins after the sales call, okay? Inside of that follow-up. And this is where most businesses lose deals. Sales teams are juggling too many prospects. They're unsure on what to say. They're overwhelmed. They're writing generic, just checking in messages, or they're forgetting to follow up entirely. And we saw this with most of the calls that our team was taking. So what we did was we built an AI follow-up system that makes the follow-up effortless and personalized. So let me show you how AI actually fixed this for us. So since every call is being recorded and broken down by AI, we then send that transcript to a custom Claude project trained on our pitch, our objections, our offer, our follow-up framework, and then Claude then writes the perfect follow-up message, including the problem they have, why it matters to them, their cost of not fixing the problem, how we can help them, their next steps, and the biggest objections that they actually brought up on the call. And ideally, the project then handles those objections. From there, we can then send that follow-up through WhatsApp, email, SMS, and it takes literally 20 seconds to generate after every single call. So there's no more sloppy follow-up. There's no more of these crappy checking in messages, okay? And what we found was way more people are now turning into buyers inside of the follow-up for us. This system has honestly saved us more deals than I can even count, and it makes the entire follow-up process so easy. So just by using AI to decrease the friction in your follow-up and come up with these no-brainer messages to send clients post-call can make all of the difference, okay? And look, I want to remind you that these 4 systems have doubled our business, replaced our entire sales team, increased our margin to over 70%, and have automated 80% of our sales process. And honestly, we are just scratching the surface with this. Now look, what I want to do is show you the simple steps that you can take from this video to actually start replacing your sales team with AI from today. So step 1, your first job is super simple. Every single lead needs to get a message within seconds, 24/7, okay? No more waiting. All your AI needs to do is say hello in WhatsApp or SMS or email, ask a simple yes or no question, and just get a response. That alone removes slow speed to lead, missed leads, unqualified conversations, and the need for any kind of human sales team to be setting appointments. And the best part is when AI handles every first touch, you finally get consistent data. You get to see what people actually ask, what they want, what they're unsure about. And that data then makes your marketing way sharper and actually takes off the pressure in the sales process. Now, step 2, this is where most of your money is hiding. Your AI should be following up after every single call, re-engaging old leads, sending value-packed emails to your list, bringing people back to your content and keeping you top of mind at all times. Because people don't just buy on the first interaction with you, they buy after the trust has been built. And when AI can handle this, your content performs better, the amount of warm leads that you have actually increases, your ads and your content actually converts way cheaper, and your sales calls become so much easier. And why is this? Well, it's because your marketing and your nurture finally work together as one instead of being separate. Now, the final step, this is really what makes your entire system self-improving. Your AI should be breaking down every single call that you've taken, highlighting any kind of objections that you've had, show why deals were won or why they were lost. It needs to be identifying patterns on these calls that you're taking, and it needs to be telling you exactly what needs fixing. Your job isn't to replace yourself. Your job is to just use this data to make smarter decisions. And then when you feed those insights and that data back into your marketing, your messaging then improves, your offer improves, your targeting improves, your content improves, everything gets better. And when you've got better marketing, sales become easier, meaning you get more data, which then feeds back into your marketing, which makes it better, which makes sales even easier. And your sales process then just becomes this flywheel. And this is how you replace 80% of your sales team, scale with much higher margins, way less stress, and way more consistency. Now, look, if you want to see this first system that I spoke about today in action, check out this video right here where I break down the results that we were able to get for one of our clients and how you can go and build it for yourself right away.